uh, a Head and Account Recruiting's podcast. I'm Tom Coons along with Coach Chad Porter. We're going to talk a little bit about baseball now that the season is in full swing. We've seen softball in out on the fields. We've seen it on television. We've seen baseball, which is starting up tomorrow, I think, uh, for the real games. There's going to be some great games on TV. There's going to be games locally. I'm headed to a game tomorrow down in southern Alabama, so it'll be a lot of fun. But Chad, we got a couple questions that were sent in to us
Good
about
deal.
recruiting. Uh, so we'll get right into it. What age do college coaches start looking at athletes? And I think what they were trying to convey, uh, we'll talk to a student athlete and or we'll DM back and forth, and they'll say, "Well, I'm only in eighth grade. I'm too young to start this process yet." Well, what's your thought?
Yeah, so good question. So I think that the landscape of college baseball is changing, and I think that you know we were on this craze that you got to sign all these guys super 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 early, right? When D1s were going just after high school guys were committing in eighth grade. Guys were
Right,
committing as early as eighth grade, eighth, ninth, 10th graders recruiting. Now, you got to realize then Division One coaches were a couple of years ahead with their classes full.
right.
Okay, the portals changed things, but I would say the higher the division, the earlier that guys look, and division from a Division 2 standpoint. Obviously, you got to realize coaches are out watching lots of players. So if they see a freshman they like, it's going to be on the radar. See a sophomore they like, going to be on the radar. But generally, you're going to start getting contact sometime your sophomore junior year would probably be the early time to receive contact.
Right. I think it comes down to um, obviously the transfer portal changes a lot of things now uh, with all that. But I know when you know a college coach is going to be there to see somebody play if you see them at the game. So it doesn't matter who you are, they're going to start looking for prospects. Now they may not be able to talk to you or whatever, but they're going to start looking for prospects who are physically developed or headed that way to give them an estimation of how they can help their program.
Right.
For example, I was talking to an eighth grader in California. He was 6 feet 1 inches tall and threw 84 to 86 miles an hour as an eighth grader. Do you think he projects? You know, that's pretty good. An eighth
Yeah.
grader that's 6'1", 13 years old and already throwing that. So obviously he's going to be on radars. Uh, some college coaches are going to project earlier than other college coaches as well. They're going to look for kids like you were saying. It's all different between Division 1s, Division 2s, Division 3s, whether you're baseball or softball. Uh,
Size of coaching staff as well.
big
So
time.
yeah, the
They all
more
have their different timelines too.
yeah, the more guys out in the field watching, the earlier it's going to be too.
Right,
I mean, just
exactly.
a lot of it depends on the size of the coaching staff, as well.
And it goes right back to we talked a little bit about it last week. They're with these college coaches projecting, they want to see, in addition, how serious you are about playing. And that comes right down from when you get out of the car to walk to the field to how you warm up, how you carry yourself as an individual. That's all part of projecting if you can help or project to help a Division One or Division Two or whatever program they may have.
Yeah.
Uh, but honestly, it comes down. I know some college coaches that won't take pitchers who are under 6'2". They want they want tall pitchers. That's just how it was. Uh, you know, granted, it's the size of the heart. It's not the size of the person.
Yeah.
You take a guy like in the pros, Jose Altuve is 5 feet something, not even. Uh, you'll take other guys who are 6'7" and couldn't do anything. So I mean, it all depends. It's what you got, and most high level athletes are going to end up separating themselves because of their physical attributes. There's no getting around that. But the intangibles that you can project and that you can show a coach can help outweigh that sometimes.
Yeah. Absolutely. So to kind of solidify that answer to that first question, I think that, you know, there's really no set time when somebody sees you. Okay. If you're on somebody's radar, if you're playing and you're playing well as an eighth grader, ninth grader, you're going to get on the guy's radar. You're going to get on the coach's radar. When that first contact comes, obviously it's going to come a little bit later because of rules. The other thing is being seen at camp, being
Right.
seen at institutional camp. There may be a little bit more dialogue because you're on campus and some of the rules are a little bit different there too. So um, the bottom line is play early, play a lot, play in front of people. That's your best bet in terms of getting seen and getting recruited early. Coaches recruit all the time. But obviously the class at hand, the 2025 class, 2024 class, those are the most important things to fill right now. So if you're
Right.
2026, 2027, you're probably not going to hear anything for a little bit. So just keep grinding, get out there early. If you're a freshman in high school, don't hear anything, don't worry about it. If you're a sophomore in high school, don't hear anything, don't worry about it. If you're a junior in high school, you don't hear anything, call us.
That's
We'll help you. We'll
that's
even
right.
help you
That's right.
earlier. Okay? So, get out there, get seen, get in front of people early.
Right. And I think a big key to that too is, and you hit on it, put your head down and get to work.
Yeah.
Find a way to self-evaluate yourself so that you've all got coaches, you've got trainers that you're working with, you've got us that you could certainly be evaluated for free with no commitment to give you a starting point on where you got to get from. Find what your weaknesses are and improve your game on the field. And that's what they used to say the old days, get bigger, faster, stronger.
Yeah.
You know, what that means is boy or girl, baseball or softball, get in the weight room, work out, eat right, have your diet right, you know, do things to help you promote your body, to strengthen yourself, and work on your quickness, your fat. How fast are you? You
Yeah.
know, they want people that are going to be that game changer for them. So, I mean, I think those are the things that they're going to look for. But I don't think and I told this young man, he was an eighth grader, and I said it's never too early to start. Like when you work with a program like ours and you get involved with us and want to do that, it's not an a la carte thing. You pay for it. We're with you until you graduate. So if you want to start in eighth grade, you start building your steps. We start helping you with your social media. We start doing things like that. The price doesn't change. It's not a yearly price. It's a through the process. So when you're a senior, you hit the ground, or you're a sophomore or junior, you hit the ground running. You got everything done, and we just continue to build on it and promote. And I think that's a huge part. Um, Second question. And I think a lot of athletes out there think they know the answer to this. Uh, maybe they do, maybe they don't. We don't know. But what do college coaches look for in recruits? I know what you know what I used to look for. Go ahead, expound on that a little bit.
Yeah, so obviously you're probably going to get on somebody's radar because you can play the game a little bit, right?
Right,
So a coach obviously is looking for guys with tools. They can run, hit, field, throw, hit for power. Then of course the sixth tool, your character, what's inside. All right, all that stuff. Your grades, your character, how you treat your teammates, all that stuff. Very important. Okay? But we're going to look for probably in a game one of those skills or more will jump out at us or to showcase. And then you start looking at a kid. But at the end of the day, guys are going to look for people that can help them win baseball games. Good, solid baseball players, right? Good, solid baseball players. Look, 90 mile an hour is great, right? 90 mile an hour is great. And guys are looking for that. So back in the day, anybody 85 or above, right?
right,
Any left-handed, low 80s and above, right? But now that's changed. You still have to get guys out though. We can't defend ball four as coaches. We can't defend ball four. And it
right,
doesn't matter if you throw 90 if you throw ball four. Remember that. So
right,
think about that, pitchers. Doesn't matter if you throw 90 if you throw ball four. So or if you're just an Iron Mike pitching machine and you're timed up, right? So looking for guys, that can get hitters out. How do you get hitters out? Commanding the zone, keeping guys off balance, being able to throw an off speed pitch, being able to change speeds, all that stuff, right? Looking for that. We're looking for guys that can swing it. It's got some bat speed. I was looking for guys that had some bat speed, that could spin the baseball in the middle of the field, that had an idea of an approach, right? Had an idea of what to do with runners on base, had some back control, meaning if they had to hit a hard skimming ground ball to second base, they could. Actions, all that stuff, guys that move with speed, skill, and grace, you know, guys that, um, have arm strength, that can run, instincts, all the above, right?
right, right,
But at the end of the day, I cannot tell you how many showcases I went to, and a kid was out there that could throw the ball out of the ballpark, or he could run, or he could hit a BP fastball over the place. But they didn't have any instincts, and they couldn't play the game,
right,
right? So, with that being said, you can have all at the college level, in my opinion. At the pro level, it's a little different. You got to have a certain skill set that can be a major league skill, right? Yeah, I mean, they're looking for major league baseball players, not amateur players. They're looking for major league baseball players. So
right,
let's keep it at college. At the end of the day, though, I didn't care how it looked. I didn't care how it. At the end of the day, it's about the result and can the kid play? Can the kid
right,
play? Can the kid play? Right? Can they field the baseball? What are their instincts like? Can they go first to third? Can they go first to third? Can they have those instincts? Do they find the baseball? Do they have an approach at the plate? Right? Do they have good count movement, pitch by pitch when they're on defense as a defender? What are they doing before the game? Are they an academic problem? Right?
right.
What does the coach and their teammates think of them? What do the parents think of them? And I don't have to talk to parents to see. All I got to do is sit in the stands and listen.
Correct.
Right?
Oh yeah,
Because if there's something wrong with you, there's a parent or a group of parents at any baseball game, amateur game, that'll start chirping. And when they chirp, you find out a little bit about somebody. Now, some of it's completely false, So I can connect what my eyes see and what I'm hearing, and then I can watch you in BP. I can watch you in IO, and I can be like, this guy's got some skill. Let's see if he's got instincts. And he gets up there, and it's a 3-1 count, and he's looking for a fastball over the plate, and he gears up, and he spins a double into the left center gap, and he flies out of the box, and he picks the baseball up. Then I'm looking for guys that can play. That's what guys are looking for. Guys that can
Right.
help you win.
I
Okay.
I think I think they also look at the level of competition
Yeah.
you're playing at too. I think that's a big thing. Uh, you know, there are some very, very good players at small schools, but are they playing at the big timers and getting the same results? I actually called a couple of coaches and I said, "Hey, look, what do you what do you look for in Division One kid? In twos, threes. What's the recommendations now?" And I had one coach tell me, Division One coach, they look for athletes who can play at any level, but if playing at any level, they should have multiple accolades. They should have be an all conference player, all area, all state. Maybe played varsity 3 to 4 years. They play high travel ball, maybe whether it be softball or baseball. And then you talk the other end of the spectrum. A Division 3 coach that I talked to, he was telling me they'd like you to play club travel ball. Uh, they still want you to be a good player. They want you to be that all conference if you can, and maybe a varsity player 1 to 2 years versus that all the time thing. So I mean, it varies there, but I think the level of competition that you're against too. Try to get something where you can push yourself all the time.
Yeah.
And you also mentioned, Chad. You know, what's the difference? Let's just take baseball for a second. What's the difference between that major Division 1 pitcher and that Division 3 kid? Well, like you said, back in the day, it was a lot different. You want to be a Division 1 pitcher now, you got to be probably 85 to 95 plus, uh, be able to throw 3 pitches. ERA's got to be below a 2. You get one strikeout an inning, and you walk maybe one batter every 2 innings. That would be a Division 1 kid. Now you take that down to a Division 3. Division 3 kid, I don't know. What do you think? 70, 70, 75, 77 to
See, yeah. So
82, 83.
I think we can agree all levels of baseball are getting better at the
They're
end of the
all
day.
getting better,
They're all
but
getting better.
it's
But
still ramped up.
yeah,
And understand, and we've talked about this many times. It's always nice to be a big fish in a little pond than it is to be the little
yeah.
fish in the big pond. And
So
you
yeah,
know, if you work at it, nobody's saying that you can't be that major Division 1 baseball or softball player. But there'll come a point when you hit that realism part with your self evaluation, or us helping or guiding you or telling you or evaluating you, and saying, hey, maybe you're better suited at Division 2.
yeah. I would say a big time Power 5 guy probably has more physical attributes.
Right.
Okay, and just better overall stuff. Projectable as a professional guy.
Correct.
Okay, I'm talking guys that are tall, lanky, strong, really loose arm actions. Ball jumps out of the hand. They're low to mid 90s. Okay.
Yep.
They can throw, they have a really good fastball and a plus second pitch and a third show me pitch, right?
That's right.
That are really, really good. Okay. And then I would say D3, well, you're going to get some guys that slip through the cracks
Oh
and
yeah.
are guys like that and develop once they get into a college program.
Absolutely.
The D3 guys to me are more of, man, they're crafty. A lot of guys still throw hard in Division 3, obviously.
Right.
Okay. A lot of D3 guys can play Division 1 baseball. We say that, and it's true, but it's about opportunity and stuff. But I would say you have more of a mix in D3, more guys that they can really pitch. They can really pitch. Maybe they're low to mids, upper 80s guys, have good stuff, maybe not projectable stuff as a
Right.
power five. And then D2 is like a mixture. Like
Correct.
they're gonna run you play in the top conferences. They're gonna run guys out there that are power five kickbacks. So your guys like, how did this guy not pitch Division 1? I
Right.
you know in coaching in Division 2 in one of the best conferences in the country, like you're going, wow, we this dude pitched at Texas Tech last year, and
Right.
we're facing him. But you get more of a mixture. But at the same time, D2, they may run a lefty out there that's like 75 to 77,
Yeah.
right? With some crazy Bugs Bunny changeup and a nose to toes breaking ball, and you can't hit it. Or the Rogers State one year, the left-handed knuckleball we saw. The dude was
Right.
like hittable,
See, and you've hit it
you know.
twice right there. I hate to say this because I'm a righty. You lefties got an advantage if you're a pitcher in baseball.
Yeah,
No question. That righty's got to be for that major Division 1. He's got to be that 90 and up.
yeah.
You
I, I,
lefties, you got some slippage there. You can be in the upper 80s, mid to upper 80s, but coming in from that other side, they'll develop you to other things. You can throw
yeah.
different things. I mean, it's that much of a difference. So, I mean, if you're a lefty out there and you're hearing this, keep working at it.
If you're left-handed and you have a pulse,
Right.
like and can walk and chew gum, and and here's the other thing that we haven't talked about: guys with funk. I love guys with funk. Herky jerky, hide the baseball. Hey, look, I'm telling you right now, and you'll see this like with like middle infielders that have transitioned to pitchers. They have these short arm actions, right? So it's coming out and it looks like it's coming out real hard because that arm action's short, right?
Right.
So it looks like it's coming out hard. I had a pitcher at A&M International, John Gonzalez. That thing looked like it was coming out fast. You add some funk to that, meaning like guy's a 3/4 guy, maybe he's a subby. Maybe
Oh
he's
yeah.
just straight up sidearm and the ball. I'm telling you right now, maybe hides the ball. He's got a funky arm action. He's a headbanger, whatever, right? Well, I'll tell you what, when that ball comes out,
Oh
it,
yeah.
it might be 85, 84, and it's moving. It looks like it's 90 because
I
it's
was gonna
coming
say
out weird. So funk's
104.
cool. Like, look, guys, I get it. We're in a mechanical age and efficiency and the ability to throw 90 plus. But I'm telling you right now, if you've got funk and you're getting guys out, don't let anybody change you because
That's
you'll
right. That's
pitch. I'm not, I can't say you're going to pitch a pro ball because you may just not have, you may not grade out with those tools, but you're going to pitch a lot in college. I'm going to tell you right now, if you have funk,
right.
funk is tough.
Yep.
So a lot of times coaches at schools, maybe they don't have big budgets, maybe they're rebuilding, maybe they're playing a really tough conference and their facilities aren't great, but they try to be competitive. Hey, I'm loading up with lefties. I'm loading up with as many lefties as I can. I'm loading up with guys with funk. I'm going to get a couple guys that are dirty with funk, and I'm going to throw my money into one dude, just dude, that I can just. I'm just telling you how a college coach thinks.
Uh-huh.
Here you go. Here's my money. A guy at a school like that might be able to get one dude, but he's getting lefties and guys with funk after that
That's
because
right.
he might have broke the bank on that one power dude, which from a coaching standpoint, I want you to think about this. If he's a dude, you either throw him first or you throw him last in the series. You throw him last,
Correct.
he's probably beating someone else's 3 or 4. You throw him
Yeah.
first and you win, you set the tone for the series. You throw a funky guy, he may screw up the other team, and you may be able to win a series. So believe me, coaches, there's strategy to all this. kids, just find a way to help a team win and prove to a coach you can help them win. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, at the end of the day, to the coach, that's what matters. Right?
Perfect spot to end it right there. And
Yes.
that's what it comes down to. Hey, next week we're going to shoot for Thursday again,
Yeah.
but we're going to try to do something different for our viewers out there. We're going to try to jump on Twitter Spaces next week,
Right.
where you can live interact with us with questions and things like that right on Twitter, on live. If you have questions and you'd like to send them in to us, send them in. A Hidden Account Recruiting LLC at gmail.com, or go to our website and you can send them in there, or DM us on Twitter. We'll have an announcement a day or two ahead when we're going to be on, and we'll do some more questions. We'll talk a little bit about some recruiting things. I hope this helped you tonight a little bit about the two questions we had, and we'll have you on our show. So watch for us next Thursday, same time, 7 Central, 8 o'clock Eastern time, and watch for that announcement on Twitter Spaces. But until then, we hope you have a great weekend, and good luck with the opening of your seasons.